I was in the process of shooting a video to review this resin from B, and I realized that my wash and cure station had fried out. My basement recently flooded. I've lost some printers, some different odds and ends as far as equipment goes, and I just didn't expect the fact that my wash and cure station had bit the dust. But it was a small wash and cure station, and so I figured it was time for an upgrade. So I went out and I got this. I'm going to take a look at this here. I'm going to open the box. We're going to see what's in there, and we're going to give it a whirl. So I decided to go with an Elegoo product. This is a Mercury X bundle. So let's open it up here and see what we got in here. I'm really fond of the Elegoo printers, the SLA printers. They're great little resin printers. So in here we got an instruction booklet. You can see here it's packaged well. Let's see, let's get this out of here. Let's see. Come out of now. That is in there. Oh, there we go. Slide that out some. I'm excited about this because this is much larger than the other one I had. Maybe I'll turn it upside down. Ah, yes. There we go. So packaging's not too bad, pretty standard. I'm going to save these foam inserts because I'm working on some Mandalorian armor. And this would be really good to put in the helmet if I needed. Alrighty, so we have the base here. Let's open this up, take a peek. So this is a little bit bigger than the last one I was using. At least it looks to be so far. My old one was a Creality, and it really wasn't impressive. Oh, so that's kind of nice. So what we got here, this comes out, turntable comes out. Got some nubs. It's got LED lights under there. There are, fit back in there. Now watch me take this apart. So we got some things here. Looks like there's going to be some assembly. I think there's some towers that come up here. Yeah, because I can see these wires. So let's open this instruction booklet here. Yep, some curing light towers go there. So let's pull this out. So for the record, so we have this here. Big old tub. Let's get the base out of the way. And this is the lid. There's nothing else in the lid after you take that out. Let's get this foam out of there. We'll take that wrapping off here in a second. I'm going to get all the foam out. So I like their snap lids. Attention, as alcohol is flammable and explosive liquid, please cover the lid, cleaning bucket when not in use. Yeah. If you didn't know that, now you know that. So let's see what's in here. More foam. So we got the power cord. Our light towers. Oh, this thing. So it looks like there's another base. So this is kind of cool. See, I didn't expect this. I didn't expect it to be 2 units. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of half read the description when I bought this. So looks like there's 2 bases, one for curing and one for washing. I dig that. And folks, that's probably why you read the description. So got the base. That'll sit there. That's nice. And it looks like this might be wide enough, if I understand correctly, to be able to put my whole plate down in here. I may or may not do that. I do know that we have, this piece that goes in there pretty well. Looks like I have to read the instructions to see what I want to do. This could be a good way to clean some prints, but when I go to clean my prints, as opposed to dunking the whole thing in here, I usually take them off and I take the supports off and then wash them. I usually don't wash them with the supports on if I can help it. But this is a great alternative if I just want to put the lid straight in there and do a rinse. Cool. So let's pop our instructions open. We've got a bag of hardware. So it looks like This power cord powers, you can see here, it's got two connections, so it looks like the one cord powers both. It just looks like you plug them in next to each other, side by side. All right, let's get some of this stuff out of the way. I imagine we'll get our light towers hooked up here. I like this unit so far. It looks pretty cool. I like that you got both of these. They're separate. My old wash and cure station, I'll show it to you real quick. I guess that's a reality. The thing about it was kind of like an all-in-one. You can see this is a very well-loved apparatus here. But everything was here. This would come off, and this is actually where you put your bin, and there was magnets in the thing to be able to agitate your liquid, and you had your tower here. But like, this thing is easily 5-6 years old. It's up there. I would say this is one knock I have on this so far. There we go. Is I got big fingers, and it would have been nice if they would have done something like taped these or something so they were a little more easily accessible. So I feel like it'll make a difference. Okay. So, light bars. Got two different light bars. This one has two plugs. There's two plugs. This one has one plug. There's one plug. So keep that in mind. And we're going to have our screws. You're going to have 8 screws here. A little magnetic tray, so I don't drop anything. All right. It looks like there's 5 screws. There's 4 in each corner and then 1 directly in the back here. And I think, as opposed to using the Allen wrench they gave me, I think I'm going to bust out my iFixit kit because I like that tool a lot better. If you're interested in an iFixit kit, I will post a link below so that you can check those out. They're pretty handy. They have some different kinds of iFixit kits, different sizes. But I found it to be really helpful. And one thing I'm going to say is this feels very lightweight. This is definitely made out of plastic. My other one was made out of metal. Pretty sure it was aluminum, maybe some kind of cheap steel, thin steel. But the last wash and cure station I had was heavy, so this is made out of plastic. There's not necessarily anything wrong with that. It's just, like I said, it feels very lightweight. Maybe that's, I don't think it's got like a big knock. It's just compared to what I've been using to this point. Like I said, having all that metal may not necessarily be necessary. And maybe if I had a plastic one, the old one would have lived. But anyways. I do dig how this has got the LEDs down there. I think that's really going to be cool. I think it's going to really help because my last one didn't have that. There's a lot of rotating of the pieces. Those are connected. So we'll plug this in. Get this out of the way. Our basket fits right in there. I don't know what this platform is for. I think this piece, the instructions a little weird. I think this piece is if you're gonna sit smaller build plates in there, you can put this in there so they can rest on it. That is my assumption. If anybody knows, you can leave me a comment down below. But like I said, I usually like to use the basket, so we're gonna just roll with the basket. I'm not sure if my Saturn plate will fit in here. It may not be big enough. So, I don't know. Time will tell. I'll eventually experiment with that. Not today, though. Because I just want to kind of get the stuff in there cleaned that I had. My material of choice for cleaning is denatured alcohol. I've been working on the pronunciation of that because I guess in the past I really ticked somebody off with my pronunciation of the word because I was calling denatured instead of denatured or whatever. It's frickin' alcohol. But I like it better than IPA. I think it cleans immaculately. It's definitely what I prefer. Let's go ahead and pop this open. And it's a lot cheaper than just your standard like isopurple. You know, this here, I got a gallon for 20 bucks. And it's gonna last me. Like, that's one thing I can say about this alcohol is it lasts a really good long time. I haven't had to change it out as much as like when I use isopurple. To turn it on, it's a long press, and then it'll light up. Then you can adjust the dial to set the time, and then hit the button real quick, and it starts up. It spins really well, so let's keep that in mind. And I think I figured out what that other bracket is for. I think. Yes. Let's see. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you can take this, and maybe I'm wrong. We'll find out, because I think you can now. I still think it's for other plates, but also too, I'm going to probably use it a lot like this. Because usually after I do my clean, I usually set stuff up here for a minute or two, let it drip. So that's probably what I'll use it for. We will see. So get a paper towel down. Get some of these out of here. Yeah. And they're already starting to get pretty dry. Let me see if I can get this thing to focus here. Good meal. There we go. Yeah, that's some kind of bear warrior. That's pretty cool. All right, so let's get these out of here. Get them on there. Okay, we'll get these to dry, and then we're going to try the curing station. I got a little Reaper. I'm excited about that, dude. Once those are good and dry as you need them to be, we can go ahead and we're going to turn on the curing station now. So we'll do a long press. It's going to turn on. We will lift this top off. Now, one of the things here is, like I said, on the curing station, at the bottom, there's some LEDs, and it looks like it'll, you know, get a majority of it. So I don't know if we gotta, I'll flip these as often as some other stuff. I'm probably still gonna flip them, you know, turn them, but I don't know if you necessarily have to. So let's do a cure time. Let's go with, let's put these on 6 minutes. We'll let that bake and then we'll see how it turns out. But overall I can say this is a set I'm going to be very happy with. I'm going to fool around for another couple minutes and see if there's a speed setting, because I don't know if that is necessarily necessary or not, but you know, I'm thinking I want to at least have to flip these guys over at least halfway through the cure. Let's take 5 and check into that. After further review, it turns out there are no, let's see, these are already pretty crispy. It's kind of nice. There are no speed settings on this, so I now know that. Get these guys turned around. It says that it is optimized, even in better curing. It says 2 to 3 minutes per side for standard prints. Like, this is like up to 32 millimeters or whatever. So I'm probably a little overkill on that, but you know, so I'll get 2 minutes on this side. So it looks like you still flip your prints and do that stuff, but like I said, I don't think it's too bad of a gig. I'm happy with it so far. It's my first print with it, but I mean, you know, it seems to do the job. I just have to get used to a couple things, and the lack of speed settings isn't a killer. I like this. I like having a separate setup like this too. This is going to be really nice and convenient for me. Anyways, guys, so this is the Elegoo Mercury X bundle. This I went out and bought this on my own, so this is what I think of it. And you know, I might do a follow-up in a little bit and let you know if there's anything crazy that I noticed about it. But I mean, so far so good. I like it, and I'm looking forward to using it. Anyways, catch you later.